Tonight, bye-bye to beaches and popsicles, hello to books and pencils. A lot of kids head back to school this week. Many of them are already home from their first day of class.
And that includes Rhode Island's largest school district. Providence kids went back this morning for the first time in 2 years. Many of them did not have to wear masks or keep 6 feet apart. Providence's superintendent says they still plan to test for COVID and they continue deep cleaning.
Cranston schools also had their first day of class today, along with Barrington and Attleboro. Several more districts start class tomorrow.
Today marks the start of the 4th school year that Providence schools are under state control. With
city leaders increasingly calling for the city to take back the schools, Target 12 investigator Steph Machado sat down with Rhode Island Education Commissioner Infante-Green about the future of the state takeover. She joins us now with the interview.
Within months of the state officially intervening in Providence schools, the pandemic upended everything. Commissioner Infante-Green says she's being realistic about the setback.
I think it is going much better than we anticipated, given that we had a global pandemic.
The superintendents and governors have changed, but Rhode Island Education Commissioner Infante-Green is the one constant in the leadership of the state takeover of Providence schools that started in 2019.
There's still a lot of work to be done. I have to tell you, Steph. Every day we find out something new. You know, we talked about the system being broken, and we mean that the system was broken.
Infante-Green cites new curriculum, more professional development, and expanding summer school as accomplishments of the takeover. But she has already moved the goalposts because of the pandemic. The long list of goals in the 2020 turnaround plan, originally slated to be achieved by 2025, were moved to 2027.
It's going to take anywhere from 3 to 5 years to actually recover, so it only makes sense that we continue to move the work.
How optimistic are you that those benchmarks will be hit even by the delayed deadline?
Well, I'm optimistic, but I'm also realistic.
The state legislature stepped in, passing a law in June that Infante-Green opposed to end the takeover after 5 years in November 2024. It does include an option to seek an extension of no more than 3 years after that. When this term ends in 2024, do you think you will seek to extend it?
I don't know. I don't know. It all depends on what it looks like. But, you know, we are really working on trying to have a very strong foundation, because we don't want to keep Providence under state control. That is really not what we want to do.
It feels like since the moment you arrived here, there's always a rumor that you're up for a job in New York, you're up for a job in DC. Are you here for the long haul until this turnaround is over?
I'm here for the long haul. I have no plans on leaving, and yes, I have gotten other job offers, and I haven't taken them. I made a commitment to the families in Providence, but also the entire state. I understand what an education means to a family in poverty. I get it. I sat there and watched the families cry and ask for help. I can't turn my back on that. I don't do this for any other reason than to give opportunities to kids that look like me so that we can have a better state.
The new school year in Providence is once again starting with a shortage of teachers. Coming up new at 6, how many classrooms still don't have a teacher for the new year and what the commissioner says she's doing about it. With the Target 12 investigator, Steph Machado, 12 News.
Providence school students are starting the year without permanent teachers.
It's an ongoing problem that school leaders have grappled with for years. Now at 5, we sat down with Education Commissioner Infante-Green about the future of the state takeover of Providence schools.
New at 6, Target 12 investigator Steph Machado asked the commissioner what she's doing to keep teachers in the classroom.
The chronic teacher shortage in Providence continues. As of today, there were still 101 classrooms without a permanent teacher on the first day of school.
There's still a lot of work to be done. I have to tell you, Steph.
Rhode Island Education Commissioner Infante-Green has had control over the Providence schools since 2019. She points to achievements of the state intervention, including getting a new curriculum and expanding summer school. One issue that still plagues the district, a shortage of teachers. On the first day of school, there were still 162 vacant teaching jobs, 101 of them classroom positions.
It is a national problem, and it is also a Rhode Island problem.
The district is using COVID relief funds to try and incentivize teachers.
We have a $10,000 retention bonus, so come teach in Rhode Island, come to Providence. We also have a $500 referral fee if a teacher brings a colleague to our district. We also have $8,000 reimbursement to get your ESL license, which is a hard to staff area, so we're really excited about that. We also have a mentor for every single new teacher that we hire.
Still, in the week before school started, Providence teachers resigned at a faster rate than the district could hire, according to HR data. So far in 2022, year to date, 232 Providence teachers have resigned or retired, about 10% of the workforce. That number was 280 last year, an increase from 152 in 2020. How do you get them to stay?
Well, support. You know, teachers want to feel successful, and that's why we have these mentors for our new teachers that are coming into our district.
The latest RICAS scores will come out in October, giving a window into whether student performance has improved under the takeover. But Infante-Green says the pandemic setback could last years.
It's going to take anywhere from 3 to 5 years to actually recover.
It's not clear how long the state intervention will last, with city leaders increasingly calling for Providence to take back its schools. When this term ends in 2024, do you think you will seek to extend it?
I don't know. I don't know. It all depends on what it looks like. But, you know, we are really working on trying to have a very strong foundation, because we don't want to keep Providence under state control. That is really not what we want to do.
If you missed our report at 5 o'clock, I asked the commissioner about her own future in Rhode Island. You can watch that part of the interview right now on WPRI.com. With the Target 12 investigators, I'm Steph Machado, 12 News.